Right, let's get this straight out there. Sam Walker had nothing to do with the Jay Slater shooting. He did make comments of somebody dealing drugs is possibly going to get punished by a gang, but he had nothing to do with it. He didn't pilot the Maruba boat from Tenerife to Ibiza or back to the UK. Get that out of the system because it's not true. If you want to know more, then come on in. And come on in to Our Don's Reviews and True Crime.
Looks like evidence to me.
Right, so let's get a little bit comfortable. This won't be long, short video. A bit of a recap. So we now know it's good that we have social media and content creators and the team. So we know that Jay's auntie is not his auntie. It's a fake account on TikTok. It should be reported. You can't go around impersonating Jay's auntie, whoever's auntie, uncle. It's serious. It's a serious and heart-wrenching thing that has happened to a young lad. He may have been involved in misdemeanors, but he doesn't probably fully deserve to die, does he? Or be murdered. We disregard everything the supposed auntie has said. We also know, recapping, more information has come to light, and Lucy, it has been leaked that Lucy had a conversation with another content creator, that was Hayley, and a message that was supposed to be for Lucy's mum was sent to Hayley. And to cut a long story short, we're not clear when Jay was, shall we say, murdered, because it could be now a murder case, or accidentally killed, or whatever. He didn't walk off the cliff, the ravine. He didn't walk off into the ravine and die. We know that. Massacre was shut down. He was the body, this body, whether it's Jay's or not, was planted. We know that. The inquest in January will find all this out. If they do their work correctly and properly, they will find it out. There was something funny going on that night or the night before. It probably was the night after the nightclub. So the car, it wasn't just Ahab, Rocky and Jay in that car going to that Airbnb or wherever they were going. So Ahab has already slipped up and admitted this. There was someone else there, at least somebody else there, probably Brandon, might have been Brad, but Brandon. So we know in that car was Ahab, Bradley, Brandon and Lucy. Now one of them got out, or two of them got out. This is the wishy-washy part. We've seen it on video. So Bradley got out and ran back to his hotel. He knew something wasn't right. We've got a connection with LK, another guy, Rocky and Ahab. They were doing something wrong. Yeah, they were doing something wrong. In their eyes, it was right because it's drug dealing and it's tempting. And that's probably what they were doing. So someone else was connected. So was it the Irish mob that was connected? There were Irish involved. There were Irish or Liverpudlians involved. We've ruled out Sam Walker. I know Sam Walker wasn't involved. Take my word for it. Just rule that out. Sam Walker, he's done a lot of good now with charity. He did something wrong in the past. So I'm not condoning it. But dealing drugs, let's look at dealing drugs. It would be tempting because somebody, everybody involved, they don't want to work in the rat race. They want 30 grand chunks here and there. They humanize it by not thinking about who's taking their drugs, who might be hooked on the drugs. Their morals are in a different place, but as they go on and they grow up, their morals, they take more of a moral stance, don't they, really? And it's the conscience that you get stops you doing these things, as well as getting caught. Getting caught's not good, but it's a conscience that they have and what you have. It stops you. That stops you stealing from somebody. Say somebody left, your friend left, I don't know, a suitcase with $500,000 on it. You don't take it because it's his, sold his property, it's his, and you won't be able to sleep at night. That's why you don't take it. You don't think, oh, I'll get away with that, I'll have that. Supposedly, but it is tempting. So dealing drugs is tempting. Being involved in crime is tempting because it's a quick fix. If you think to yourself, I can get away with that. Robbing banks used to be the thing in the 70s, not now. It's not easy to rob banks. You rob bank, you get money, and you can money laundering was easier back in the day. I've worked in banks. I've been involved with banks and building societies and banks, and it was easier. Somebody handed you cash. There was no questions asked. You put it in their account. They said they sold their property and their car, their caravan, their boat, and you just put it in their account. Nowadays, you have a department in head office that you have to automatically report something through. It's cash put into the account. And you have to do this, otherwise you lose your job. And then head office will have a department. They'll look into that. The person they're looking to, I don't know how involved it is, but they'll look into it. So it's not easy now. It used to be easier abroad. Buy property with cash. Maybe in some countries you can still do that. So that's what's involved at the moment. That's probably maybe what Croman and the other mayor were involved in. A lot of people were involved in. Some people were involved in property over there. It's a little bit less of a misdemeanor than drugs, isn't it? It goes on. Money laundering, people gain money from somewhere, cash. They have to delve into the system to be able to use it, unless they want to go around using little bits of cash, which they do as well. So in the old days, your dad could die and have $500,000 under the mattress, and you could go and input that into a bank or something, or a few banks. It wouldn't be traced, but now they look into it. So we need to know what went on, so it would be better if the people involved spoke now, eliminate themselves from inquiry, just let people know what you're up to, because we all know, and this inquest, apparently Interpol is involved. So it is a bit late, isn't it? But maybe they've looked at the data in the phones, everyone involved in their phones already, and they've looked like they don't need the phone, but maybe they've looked into the data. I don't know, but they're taking their time, aren't they? Is there a reason they're taking their time? I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get things right. Mark Williams Thomas, he doesn't know that much, but he knows a little bit, but not that much. It's only hearsay that he's grabbed hold of what people are up to. So if they come clean and just eliminate themselves, say, oh, I was involved in this, I did this and that, but I didn't get involved. I didn't murder Jay, but I got involved in a little bit of this. Nothing come of it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, simple. When you're young, you'll do things wrong from school. You do things wrong, naughty things. Don't know, remember telephone boxes. I didn't do it, but you can rob the little boxes on the telephone boxes and get all the 5p's, 2p's. I think when the pounds come out, it was pounds, wasn't it? I think it was 50p's back then as well. You could probably smash that off and then rob it. It was naughty, but it was seen as a misdemeanor. Yeah, so people do things wrong. We are aware of that. So there's doing things wrong, and then there's doing things wrong, which involves murder or accidental murder, whatever it might be. So the inquest will look into this Maruba boat. They're looking to whether Jay's in Ibiza, whether he's dead or alive. They will look into that. So people saying these sort of things will be involved in the inquest, won't they? Because they're adamant that it's the truth, 100% truth. So they will need to be interviewed. It takes time. Their phones will need to be taken. The data will need to be looked at through their phones, whatever communication they have. Houses probably will be raided, but it's kind of letting people know, isn't it? Oh, I'm going to raid your house in 2 months' time. Crazy, isn't it, really? If they completed a proper investigation at the time, all this wouldn't happen, would it? All this cover-up from the Guardia. Guardia are always covering things up out there because it's sort of semi-known, possibly semi-legal. So they're always covering things up. We just go with the British police. They presented themselves to the Guardia at the time, the Guardia Civil, and the Guardia just refused flatly. No, we don't want your involvement, your help. Maybe British police at the time, because it was a British citizen that died, maybe they should have just said, no, we're coming on in. Or do the necessary paperwork and gain control of Interpol to come on in, or somebody to come on in. Somebody needed to. Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking about it on and on and on. There are lots of cases that we talk on and on about because there's a reason, because the police just cover it up and go, oh, that's what happened. Just the same as if your bike got stolen. Oh, give them a crime number, shut them up. Oh, the house was burgled. Oh, give them a crime number. They should be insured, shouldn't they? Insurance companies don't always insure cycles anyway, in particular cycles or circumstances. So it's not all covered. That's why you shouldn't pinch things. Not everything is covered by insurance. So we won't get it back. It's ours. It belongs to someone, so stop nicking it. Frustration has crept in, hasn't it? Must be my time of the month or something. The males have time of the month, I think they do. It's nonsense, isn't it? And if anyone wants to offer me money to shut up, then do so. Hopefully I'd refuse, be tempted, depending on how much it is. If they want to threaten me, then that won't work. That won't work. If they want to meet up, sort things out, then I don't know if I can be bothered. I'll just slot them, yeah? Or, I'm 57 years of age. If you want to meet up and put the gloves on, I can have a 6 to 8 week training camp, maybe 3 months training camp, and then we can put the gloves on and sort it out. But then again, that's why they have weight classes in boxing. If somebody like 22 stone and 6'6" wants a boxing match, I probably wouldn't stand much of a chance, would I? Oh, I don't know. It's just a carry on, isn't it? It's just a carry on. And why couldn't we could see through it, and all the people that were spinning yarns, the people involved, but nobody else. Mark Lewis Thomas couldn't see it. He believed everything that he was told. Isla believed everything in the interviews, her little interviews. Sorry, Isla, but you did. So naive. And the police just, that's right. Whatever the Guardia said, the Guardia said that must be true. They're trustworthy. A lot of them are trustworthy. And they're family people, and they have empathy for somebody going missing. They didn't really know what was going on. Anyway, until more information comes through, and I'm sure it will, because it does in this case pretty quick. There are other cases as well, but this case, I want to try and put it to bed, don't we, really? But until the inquest, it's not going to be put to bed. So if you are going to bed now, then please don't have any nasty dreams. And thank you Thank you for being on the team, and thank you for watching. Keep your eyes peeled. There is something else that I have to look into first before I come out with it, because content creators are being slated a lot of the time for coming out with information that isn't quite fully 100%. But we're not going on 100%, are we? Really, we're discussing things. We're brainstorming it, putting it out there. But anyway, thank you for watching.